having a blast. I don't know about you, but this has been a beautiful experience for me. We have been doing the 3-day class on From Procrastination to Desired Destination, with this month's focus on goal setting and really being intentional in the month of May about what it is we want to accomplish by month end. We're going to get started, but before we do, I'm going to very quickly take us into the Facebook page and make sure that we are put into the right place. And it's hard for me to think and talk at the same time, which, hey, it happens, right? So just going into the group, making sure that we are pinned into the right place and that you'll be able to see it. I see a couple eyeballs, so make sure when you come on that you let me know you're here by saying in the comments who you are, where you are, and like if you've been watching for the last couple of days, what you have been getting out of this masterclass and what your goals are. So there's a laundry list for you, right? I didn't mean to on the last day of our From Procrastination to Desired Destination Masterclass. Let me take that off of there and let's get started. We've been working off of an agenda, and today we are talking about making the action happen. So the first day we talked about what are your goals for the month. And we just lost connection to the camera. Hi, Stacy. I'm glad you're on here, and I'm not sure what just happened to my camera. So I am going to shut down a couple of my windows to see if maybe it has something to do with what I have open, which could very well be it. This happened a little bit ago when I was coming in, and it allowed me to still bring the camera back in. So hold on just a minute and let's see if that works. Okay. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know if you were hearing me or not. Stacy, I see you've joined me in the audience, which is awesome. If you are out there watching, I would love to have you come in. This will give us an opportunity after we're done to say hi and get a chance to talk. So perfect. Stacy's not able to go on camera, which is perfectly fine and not a big deal. I'm just happy to know you're here and who is here, right? And you can still comment. So I was discussing that. We went over the goals for the month of May. Then we talked about having a plan and what that looks like and how to make it something that excites you. Play with it more than plan with it. Yeah, I understand, Stacy. And then today we're talking about making that action happen. What are we going to do to make this work, especially if we've tried stuff before and it hasn't? We'll start by asking, yesterday's homework, if you will, was to track your progress, to take that 21-day tracker and print it off or get access to it. It was really about taking any action at all. We talked about our goal on the first day. The second day, it was about, hey, we have tools, we have resources, we have a plan. What's a step that you could take towards that? And my recommendation was print out this sheet and really start tracking how you are doing, because we can be really self-critical. We can cause ourselves problems. But I also want you to notice, if you didn't take any action, why is that? Is it just because you like to mull things over in your head, which that's a position that you can take and that works sometimes, but be really honest with yourself. If that's what you've done in the past and it hasn't worked, then do you want to keep doing the same thing, right? That's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. So we need to analyze, we need to evaluate and really decide, if I'm my biggest block, then what am I going to do about it? Am I going to keep doing same, or am I going to try to move myself to a different level? So we talked about how in our community, what we're trying to do is say, hey, what are my goals? What are my obstacles? When people come into the group, that's the first thing I ask. And then I work with you to decide if you're going to make progress or not. I offer tips, techniques, tools that you can use. And then also I offer what's called a plan for transformation, where a plant, everybody gets a free plant when they come into the group, and you can meet with me and we can just discuss what's going on in your life, what your situation is, what you need to be doing. I am very much a personalized one-on-one kind of person. That's the coaching I like best. And so I have to work with real problems, like with what people are having going on. And that only can come with an interaction from somebody else. Now, we also are teaching a masterclass, so it comes with objectives. And so we've gone over objectives 1 through 4, but today's objective is talking about using proven systems. And I'm going to share my favorite, the one that has worked the best for me. And that is the ULA Lifestyle Framework. I'm going to grab my book here. This book changed my life. It's called ULA for Women. And this was all we had when it started. So ULA was a system. The ULA guys who developed it were out going around the world. They would take, I don't have any of my stickers. Well, no, I don't. They would take, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. On this cover, you can see this bus is covered with what looks like polka dots. They're stickers. And the stickers are, people would write their goals down on the bus and share their dreams with Dave and Troy. And they drove all over the US collecting people's dreams and what they realized was people weren't dreaming. People had given up on their dreams. And so they started this goal setting program. And through the books, there's 3 of them. This one was the first one that I read, and it really changed my life. It reminded me, it's like it woke me up to, hey, even though my life was good, was I willing to just settle where I was, or was I willing to push myself to a higher level that I knew was possible, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. And this book gave me the courage and the inspiration to be like, I can have a better life. And so what they do is they have a very simple process. Okay. The simple process is the 7 F's of life. We have fitness, finance, family, field, which is our career, faith, which I love that they put that in there, friends, and fun. Those last 3, I found that lacking in a lot of programs. It's like they want you to have the business, or they want you to have the family, but they don't do the whole comprehensive. How are you going to get balance in your life if you don't have all of the plates in action? So you really want to address what's important. And they do that through, and again, it's all explained in the book, what we call the ULA wheel, where you track where you are in the 7 F's. And then we make a plan, a set of goals, and then we teach you how to follow the path. So you start out with 21 goals, 3 in each area, each F. You pick 7. It isn't that you pick 1 from each of them, because you work on them throughout the year, but you pick the 7 that are going to move you closest to your big dream. And then you have 1 that you focus on at a time, which is what we're doing this month, right? We're breaking it into little pieces. And then they recommend doing 3 daily steps that take you closer to your goal, with the idea that in a year, 365 days, even if you skipped weekends, 300 days, you're going to be very close to 1,000 steps towards your goal, which would be 1,000 more than you would have taken if you hadn't done anything towards that goal. If you just sat it on a shelf and thought maybe you weren't good enough, maybe you were never going to do it, maybe it wasn't what was meant to be in your life. I don't want that for you. I want so much more. And then ULA has evolved from the app into a coaching program, which is what I'm certified in. And recently they went digital with our coaching program and added an app. And that's really what I'm going to talk to you guys about, is that part of it, because I recognize the value of what technology brings to us, and how using an app can help reinforce the principles we've been talking about, because sometimes we're not very good at accountability. So what the app actually has done for me is provided me with the good habits to track what it is I want to do. And they have a daily tracker in my phone that I use every night, and it keeps tally of the number of steps that I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what that all looks like. But the habit part, we have that 21-day tracker that I made you. With the app itself, you could really be on fire, because what we want to do is personalize that app down to you and make you have this alignment with your goals and allow you to connect to what we call your blueprint for success. So I'm really excited about sharing that. And let's talk about your blueprint for success. So I'm going to ask you to grab a piece of paper. I meant to change my graphic and I didn't. So it's the same as yesterday. Sorry about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab a piece of paper, journal, notepad on your phone, whatever it is. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes to brainstorm about, Stacy says she's having, it might be me, Stacy. I'm noticing that there's internet issues. So, what I want you to do is use 2 minutes to brainstorm all the goals that you have achieved already. And think about that in your lifetime, anything that you have been proud about. Go ahead and brainstorm on those. And I'm gonna come off of here for just a second. All right. Well, Kathy has said that she is not having a problem with the audio, so that's good. And I see Sarah has joined us as well. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So as you brainstorm about your success, this is actually going to create for you your blueprint for how you operate for success. And what I want you to do is, as you look at that list of goals, as you see the things that you recognize have worked for you, are there any patterns or connections that you see? Is there something that you do in each of those cases that you're like having this aha moment of, oh, when whatever it is, right? If you go back through each of those goals and you write down the steps that allowed you to accomplish it, you are going to start to see the pattern that works for you. And when you apply that to what your goal is now, you are going to have success, because that's your blueprint. That's how you operate. That's what works for you. So when you look at the goals that you've written down, the things that you have accomplished, is there one that's similar to what you're trying to do now? Could you look at how you made success happen in that one and apply that to what you're trying to make happen this month? And ask yourself, how could that previous success make this goal work for you now? And I think that what you will do is really find some benefit there. You see, one of the things that this book taught me is that you are designed by God for greatness and a purpose. And I remember I went to my first conference. We wrote our goals all weekend, and we had this great event, right? And I wrote down all the things that I wanted to accomplish. And they had us come up on stage and tell our one thing that we were going to do to move ourselves forward. And I got up on stage and I thought of all the things that I wanted, right? And then I realized none of it was going to happen if I didn't believe that I was designed by God for greatness and a purpose. And that was really, I stood up there and in tears in my eyes, and said to the audience, I have to believe in myself. without belief in myself, I wasn't ever going to push myself. And I didn't know how to make that happen, but I declared that that's what I wanted to do at that event. And it was from that event that I pushed myself to think, how could I do more? How could I do things? And that's what created this event. It's what created doing the Tony Robbins stuff. So much of my life is because I had enough courage. In the book, we talk about 20 seconds of courage to step out of what was normal and regular for me and to try something different. And so I believe, especially after studying this and figuring out how to believe that I'm designed by God for greatness and a purpose, I believe that every single one of us has this greatness inside of us. And we are meant for so much more than we give ourselves the opportunity to have. So I want that for you guys. I really, truly do. All right. So I want to take a moment and share with you guys the proven framework and what ULA has done, because I'm proud of it. I think that what they have done is pretty amazing. And some of you have taken the lifestyle balance assessment. So when you go to our ULA website, and I have a link for you at the end of this presentation, you have access to the free life balance assessment. So that there's a quick quiz. It's not the one, there's an in-depth one that's in the book, but there's a shorter quiz that you can take, and it will give you your wheel. You can kind of see it on the graph there. And then you can, it also gives you some recommendations as to products and digital classes that we offer that could be helpful to you. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't taken the assessment yet, to take it, because that's step one, giving you some information about how to get more balance in your life so that all the other things don't feel so overwhelming. Then they also took it to the next step. When they made the digital platform, they created both a computer version and an app, so on our phone version, that has what we call our Design Your Life Blueprint. So this entire book catalogs how to put this lifestyle framework into play. Well, what they did is they made it into a system that you self-pace through. And the breakthrough experience, they give you once a month for 12 weeks. They give you a weekly, here's what you do in finance. Here's how you help yourself in the fitness area. Here's how goals that you can set up that will work for your family. And they give you access to that daily tracker. So you see him holding it there. That's Dave Braun. He is one of the authors of this book and one of the guys who drove the ULA van around and collected dreams. And now they have over 1 million people that use the ULA lifestyle framework to improve their lives. And so the tracker keeps track of the 3 things a day. It gamifies it for you. And then you can see across the top, it's totaling the number of steps you take, the number of goals that you've crossed off your list. And it's got some really cool features in there. Your longest streak, because it's really hard to get to use that app every day. It took me over a year to train myself to do it every day, because it's not intuitive that we do something the same way, pushing ourselves to where we want to be every day. We have inner circles where the group that's working together is accessible to you. We have quarterly summits, personal development that's offered by the ULA guys, as well as we have an annual, the conference I was telling you about. I am going this year. It's being held in Nashville, a great venue. And it's also got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can come in and try this out. And this is what I recommend, is that you try it. You have access to me. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But it's a wonderful system, and it will give you some structure and accountability that you may not have at this point in your life. This is what the app looks like on the inside, or the dashboard part. It says you can see progress. It shows you the current streak. It shows you your longest streak, which, thank goodness, because I have to tell you guys, I cried when I lost my 72-day streak, and I have not been able to get it back. But it's been good things. Like, I have gotten to the point now where when I lose my streak, I'm like, okay, I had a really good thing happen. I had a really good reason that occurred. And so I'm going to let that go. And that has been huge growth on my side as well. It stores all of your goals for you, all 21 of them, but it keeps 7 of them in the forefront for you. and it allows you to go back and forth and look at them. And so you kind of always have them in your pocket as you would. And then you have the ability to go into your daily tracker, mark down the daily actions you're taking, but it also has a to-do list. So what we call the Skittles in life, the things that aren't very important but still have to get done, they show up on your tracker, but they're not counted as the things that are going to get you to your dreams, but then you don't lose track of them, right? It keeps track of your ULA score. And it gives, well, once you're in the digital framework, it gives you more details, like 10 questions for each of the 7. And so it gives you some idea there. And then it reminds you to take that on a regular basis so that you have that idea of moving forward. And then this is the e-learning part where you get these little short modules with a little workbook that you can work through on your own. And then it expands, it's personalized to you. How you answer your questions is how it develops the path that you're going to take. And then it continues after you've gotten through the 12 weeks, you get a personalized module, again, for what is going on in your life that you get once a month. And then the reason I have this red arrow here is this progress, when you are working with a coach on the digital platform, I get to see how you're doing. I get to see what module you're in. I get to see the steps that you're taking each day, not the steps themselves, but that you're taking them. And that allows us to have a conversation in our online platform that helps me motivate you, remind you, do those things that can tend to get lost. Anybody ever had a course that they had great intentions but didn't get through? This doesn't allow that to happen. And so that's kind of a cool thing. All right. Now, ULA calls themselves now the Mind and Body Company. What they have developed is several courses that are, some of them are accessible through the app, which is really cool. This last one here, 23 Strong, this is the Iron Cowboy. This gentleman, James Lawrence, ran 100 triathlons, you guys. I looked this up the other day because it's just so mind-boggling to me. He ran 100 of them in 100 days. If you can imagine the toll on your body, it wasn't like he did it for time, but every day he got up and he ran the 26 miles, biked, I think it's 12 miles, and swam 4.5 miles. He had to eat 10,000 calories a day. Long story short, he's made this program for us. It's 23 days of tasks to do on the app. And if you drop a day, it starts over. And he gives you these tasks. You wake up in the morning, they're in your app, and you can start it at level 0, really easy, or all the way up to level 4. And it has 7 additional levels. So when you hit your first 23 days in a row, then he takes you to the next level, then he takes you to the next level. And it's kind of a cool concept, right? And then they created some products that are all healthy products that are supposed to get your mind and your body in a place that will allow you to actually accomplish the things that you're dreaming about. So we have an energy shot. It's got some great beet juice in there, some great adaptogens and different items in the product that support health. We have gummies for morning when you get up that give you a boost. It's not caffeinated, it's natural products. And then we have rest gummies in the evening that everyone is reporting have given them amazing sleep patterns. And then they have created some new adaptogens and nootropic products for the mind and for the body. And apparently this is all we need to replace our multivitamin. I have not stepped into them yet because I am doing a different program right now, but I definitely recommend all of them based on the information that I'm hearing from people in our company. Now, the Lifestyle Framework is a subscription-based product. I already told you that it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's definitely worth trying it to see if it works for you. Like we've been talking about this 21 days and tracking. This would be my preferred method of us working together to see if we can get you on track. The base program, where you get that lifestyle course and everything that I was telling you about, is $47 a month. There is a month free if you buy it at the year, but they have an add-on where you can have text coaching for the month as part of your program. So as you work through it, if you get stuck, you can add in me as your coach, and we can text all month on the different things that are going on. So definitely a novel. They're the first ones to digitize the coaching program in an app-based manner. In fact, you can add on coaching sessions through the portal, and all of it is tracked in the app. So kind of a cool thing to do. So my special for you for the month of May, we've already been talking about the masterclass this month where you've got a goal and you're working on what are you going to do. Well, if we look at the entire month, what I am offering is that if you were to purchase any of the ULA products, any of the things that we've got out there, even a book off the site, this is a $15 product, I believe, the framework, one of those courses, we have a finance course if that's an area that you're struggling in. I am certified in the course as well for finance. It's called Green Gap. Or any of the supplements. Maybe you just have some rest issues and you want to buy a supplement. All of them have the 30-day guarantee. Then you would be eligible for specialized support from me this month on your May goals. The $50 will allow you to get in and do the coaching support. It's $50 a coaching session to work with me through the portal if you want to do it that way. And it's on demand. So you can go through 2 weeks of it, and then on the third week, just be like, I need a session on this, and just push the button and schedule it. And if you do this, I will provide a bonus 21-day keeping you on track audio, which basically will deliver you with a short 2 to 5 minute motivation for the day and how to keep you on track for your goals. Because here's the deal. Today's about taking action, right? You need to do something. And I want you to take action to support what it is that's going to be best for you. But you have to be the one that's responsible for your goal. You're the only one that can make your goals happen. But you have blind spots and you have excuses. And if that's what's been keeping you from getting to the level that you want to get at, you need some outside support. And I know my name is on there, but that's what it says is my videos over the top of that, you need outside support. So what I would be doing is opening up additional office hours where 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday to 8, as well as 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday. So whether you're a morning person or need it in the evening, we would be able to jump on. You would have Q&A, any support you need. In fact, if you can't be on the live, you can send me your questions and I will answer them in a post, and then you'll have that in a video form. I'm doing that through the entire month of May. That's what's those stars that we saw a little bit on there. You also get the extra support. Even if you've already had a plan for transformation session with me, I will honor giving you another free session. And then you'll have that weekly tracker after our Monday lives, just like we have today on StreamYard. You can come on live after the feed. You would have that time to discuss what obstacles are getting in your way. And then on the third Saturday of the month, I will be having a workshop. And because I will have worked with you through the month, I'll know kind of what we need to be talking about, but we're going to do whatever we need to do to get you through your goals for the month end. So you'll still have a week to put them out and do the things you're trying to do, but you'll have that one-on-one with me, that ability to talk and work through with some added time. So I do want to thank you guys for being so faithful to coming into the group and staying here for the 3 days and getting your information. I would absolutely love your feedback, which is what the QRC code is for. If you just hold your camera up to it, it is going to give you the link. When you press on the link, it will take you through and ask you a couple of questions, and that will give me the feedback I need to make this a better class. I'm going to be offering this masterclass the first week of most months. And then we'll have maybe a little bit of a different flavor each time as I get the points out for us to be able to make our goals. It'll all be stored on the resource page for the month. So right now we have the tinagearing.com/May-2023 will take you to all of the replays and all of the resources that I've talked about. After we're done today, today's video will get loaded up there, and I'll add in the links to the free test, which is what you see here where it says ulalife.com/free test/Coach Tina. When you fill out your assessment, I get a copy of it. So then I kind of know the areas where you need support. And then if you want any of the products or any of the things that we talked about, you just want to look around and see what ULA is about, you can use my ulalife.com/Coach Tina, and that will take you to the website where you can look and see all the details about all the products and all of the things. And of course, I'm always available to answer any questions you do have. So I'm going to take us out of this mode, go full screen where I can see what's going on there. And comments, I've got a lot of them. I wasn't able to see where I just was. Okay, wow. Vanessa is saying she thinks structure is so important because she's relearning everything. We all go through stages like that in life, Vanessa. That's just what ends up happening, unfortunately. But the support is available to you. So we have so much that you are going to be able to do. So I love it that you guys are here. Please drop in the comments if you would like more information. Just put #ULA, and I will make it a point to reach out to you personally. And I do have the website, the resource page that I was telling you guys about. This is tinagearing.com/May-2023. And when you go in here, it has all of the items. I think, let's see. Yes, it can scroll up. So this is where I'm going to add in the 3. The 21-day goal tracker is here. You can either download it as a PDF and just print it out and write on it, or you can edit it. You'll have to make a copy off the Google. And then when you do that, you'll be able to get in there. It has the links to the interviews that we did with Shao Singh, and I'll be putting the link to the ULA stuff underneath that day 3. You also have access to last month's masterclass where we talked about the 90-day goals. So you might want to go back, start there, go through those lessons, and then come into where we are now. I appreciate you guys. I'm so happy to have been able to offer you this information, and I'm looking forward to us being able to talk real soon. Take care.